The carnival lights blurred, laughter turned to screams. 8-year-old Sarah's hand slipped from her father's grasp, swallowed by the swirling crowd. Panic swelled, choking her. Then a man's voice, reassuring, kind. He found her father, or so he said. The man smelled of cotton candy and nightmares. He led her through a maze of tents away from the joyous shouts. Sarah's small hand, trapped in his clammy grip, felt like a bird with broken wings. The shadows grew deeper, the air thick with the stench of fear. That night, beneath the garish glow of a flickering neon sign, her childhood ended, the memory a festering wound buried deep within. Years passed. Sarah grew. The memory, however, remained, a venomous serpent coiled in the pit of her stomach. It whispered in the silence, hissed in her dreams. Shame, thick and suffocating, became her constant companion. She built walls, impenetrable fortresses around her heart. Trust became a foreign language, intimacy a terrifying prospect. The world, once vibrant and full of promise, now appeared dull, shrouded in a perpetual twilight. Sarah retreated further into herself, her silence a heavy cloak she dared not shed. The fear, the guilt, the overwhelming sense of being irrevocably broken consumed her from the inside out. Relationships crumbled. Sarah, unable to explain the tempest raging within, pushed away anyone who dared to venture too close. Their touch, their words, felt like scorching brands on her skin. Each failed attempt at connection further solidified her belief. She was damaged goods, unworthy of love or happiness. The nights were the worst. Sleep offered no escape, only a relentless barrage of fragmented images and muffled screams. The man's face, contorted in a grotesque parody of pleasure, haunted her waking hours. The world perceived her as cold, distant, even aloof. They couldn't understand. They hadn't felt the icy grip of fear paralyze their soul, hadn't tasted the bitterness of stolen innocence. Sarah was trapped, a prisoner in her own mind, her silence both a shield and a curse.
Why can't they see? I'm screaming inside, but no one hears. I'm so tired of being strong. I just want to feel safe again.
Desperate for respite, Sarah sought refuge in fleeting distractions. Alcohol numbed the pain, momentarily silencing the whispers in the dark. Drugs offered oblivion, a temporary escape from the prison of her own mind. But these were merely band-aids on a gaping wound. The relief they offered was fleeting, the price steep. With each fleeting high came a devastating crash, a stark reminder of the darkness she couldn't outrun. The cycle continued, a downward spiral of self-destruction. Sarah was lost, adrift in a sea of despair, her screams for help swallowed by the deafening silence of her own making. Section 5. A Glimmer of Hope. Discovering Man of Thoughts. One night, adrift between a drugged stupor and a crushing wave of despair, Sarah stumbled upon a video. Man of Thoughts, the title card read, the font stark white against a black background. Intrigued, she clicked, her interest piqued. The voice that filled the room was calm, measured, yet laced with an underlying current of raw emotion. The man spoke of darkness, of pain, but also of hope, of healing. He spoke of confronting your demons, of breaking free from the chains of trauma. For the first time in what felt like an eternity, Sarah felt a flicker of something akin to hope. Could this be the lifeline she'd been desperately searching for? Could this stranger, this man of thoughts, offer her the guidance and support she so desperately craved? Section 6. Facing the Demons Within. Sarah devoured the Man of Thought's videos. She listened intently, her heart pounding in her chest as he spoke of the complexities of trauma, of the insidious ways it could warp your perception, poison your relationships, and steal your joy.
His words resonated deep within her soul. He understood. He had felt the same depths of despair, had walked the same treacherous path. And most importantly, he had emerged from the darkness, stronger, wiser, more compassionate.
The videos gave Sarah the courage to finally confront her demons. She reached out to a therapist specializing in trauma, her hands trembling as she dialed the number. The words, trapped in her throat for so long, came pouring out in a torrent of pain and shame. Section 7. The long road to healing. Therapy was a grueling, often painful process. Sarah had to relive the trauma, to confront the raw, visceral emotions she'd spent years suppressing. But with each tear shed, each painful memory revisited, came a sense of release, a sliver of understanding.
She learned about the insidious nature of trauma, how it could rewrite your brain's wiring, leaving you feeling perpetually unsafe, unworthy, and broken.
I discovered coping mechanisms, tools to help me navigate the flashbacks, the nightmares, the crippling anxiety that threatened to consume me.
The road to healing was long and arduous, but Sarah persevered. She clung to the hope offered by Man of Thoughts, drawing strength from his words, his vulnerability, his unwavering belief in the power of healing. Section 8. Breaking the Chains of Silence. As Sarah healed, she felt a growing need to share her story. The shame that had haunted her for so long began to dissipate, replaced by a fierce determination to break the silence that surrounded sexual abuse.
I started small, confiding in a trusted friend.
I'm here for you always. Your story matters.
Then, emboldened by her friend's unwavering support, she shared her story with her family. Their reaction, a mixture of shock, disbelief, and overwhelming love, brought her to tears.
We love you, Sarah. We're here for you no matter what.
Sarah's story, once a source of shame and isolation, became a catalyst for connection and healing. She realized that she wasn't alone, that there were countless others who carried the invisible scars of sexual trauma. Section 9. Reclaiming Your Power. Empowered by her own journey, Sarah became an advocate for survivors of sexual abuse. She shared her story at support groups, at rallies, on social media. Her voice, once silenced by fear and shame, now rang out loud and clear, a beacon of hope and resilience.
My story is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. Even in the darkest of times, hope can be found, healing is possible, and silence can be broken.
If you or someone you know has been affected by sexual trauma, please know that you are not alone. There are resources available to help you heal and reclaim your life. Reach out, break the silence, and begin your journey towards wholeness.